From the man that brought you guys the term alibi-ish, I now bring you a new term for 2020. It's called Casey Anthonying. Yes, Casey Anthonying.
Casey Anthony's line.
Hey, first of all, welcome back to the first installment of 2020 of Crimes with Crimes. Well, I will try to bring you a new one every single week, and I do have a lot to catch up on. But before we get into anything, I just want to remind you guys to click that subscription button right down below. Make sure you hit the bell icon if you want to get caught up on my opinion of different crime cases that's been going on. Now, I got so far behind, I didn't know what to do first, and a close friend and a lot of other people, shout out to my girl Stephanie, said, I would like to see your specific take on the Evelyn Boswell case. And I said, who is Evelyn Boswell? I did a little research, watched a couple videos, and my take is a little bit different from everybody else's because when I came on, everything is already out there, unfortunately, until the police found her body. While everyone else in the world was interested in this case because they kind of saw it as it went along. What happened on February 21st? What happened on February 25th? And every day they woke up, it was something different. So mine may be a little bit different because I already know sort of the ending, which was very, very tragic. As my video is not a missing persons case, it is a homicide. All right, so let's get into the case and to some Casey Anthony. Tommy Boswell reported that his granddaughter, Evelyn Boswell, was missing. He reported this on February the 18th. Now, why was this not reported by the mother? We'll get into that. As a matter of fact, let's get into the mom right now. Megan Boswell is Evelyn Boswell's mother and Tommy's daughter. She said that the last time she saw her daughter was on December the 26th. A nanny said the last time she saw the daughter was on December the 11th. The police believe the nanny. Why does the police believe the nanny over the mom? Because the police says that there has been an extreme amount and abundance of Casey Anthony from the mother. She is not to be believed, and she keeps giving them different kind of stories, and it never matches up. Now, one thing I noticed when I was looking into this case is there are a lot of suspects that the police don't believe. 9 times out of 10, they keep this information private because they don't want to scare or rattle the suspect. Why does the public know that the police doesn't trust Megan? They're putting this out in the open for everyone. They're making sure they tell reporters, we don't believe her, we don't trust her, her story keeps changing. And also, if you have never heard of this story, it kind of boggles your mind. She was reported February 18th by her grandfather. Her mother saw her say that she saw her the day after Christmas. This would be a very huge day because you know what you were doing the day before. If everyone was opening their Christmas gifts, then this is the day that Evelyn was riding her little pony or whatever gift that you gave her. Are there pictures of her opening her Christmas gifts? There got to be some kind of tangible thing for such a huge date to show that you saw her on this day. And if you have this tangible evidence, why would the police believe the babysitter on December the 11th? Crazy, huh? It gets crazier. So Tommy was married to Megan's mother by the name of Angela Boswell. They had a divorce several times. I'm joking. But they broke up and kind of got together over and over again, having a kid each time. And as I learned about their history, I'm trying to look at the family dynamic to see who is kind of in charge, who is respected the most, and how is each family member being respected? Because that, to me, give clues to who I think had something to do with Evelyn's, I want to say disappearance, but homicide. Basically, Angela lost custody of her children because she was into drugs and she was always getting arrested. She was getting pulled over and the kids weren't in their car seat. So Tommy used this information and said, hey, give me full custody of our kids. Let this woman get her act together. Now, when I look at this information, It's very rare that a man gets custody. And one of the key things he said when he tried to take a restraining order out on her, he said that she threatened him and she said that she was going to come after him and do something. When you get really intelligent, vindictive people, they have a plan. If once a vindictive person who's in control tells you what they're going to do to you, they're telling you because it's already planned out. And over Angela Boswell's life, all I see is empty threats or shouting. When I look at the actual physical or tangible things that I can grasp or look at, there's nothing there. It's just a woman who can't get her life together. This is maybe why her children didn't respect her. And if you watch interviews of Megan, you can see that their voices change when they talk about their father, Tommy. It is such a light way, and her voice is kind of different when she talks about her mother. So why I mentioned her mother. Megan, who I believe was doing a nice bout of Casey Anthony,
Casey Anthony's line
told the police that Tommy, her father, told her that the night before Evelyn disappeared, her mother Angela was on the phone with him and said, please do not call 911. Please do not report this in. If you do, you'll never see me again. And she's going to go on the run. Now I ask myself, if a man divorced a woman and left her and she went off to prison, he doesn't care about her. He doesn't care about her when she gets out. She has a boyfriend when she gets out. We're going to get into him. She has a whole separate life. She barely comes around to see her children. From anything I've seen, he does not care about her. Why would she tell him, you will never see me again? I mean, wouldn't he be on the phone like, I never see your ass anyway. That's just another day for me. Like, why? Like, these seem to be Casey Anthony lies
Casey Anthony's line
from a woman who's trying to make a new suspect and her mother. We'll get into that in a little bit too. Megan Boswell has a boyfriend by the name of. I'm laughing because I don't think that this is a boyfriend. I think that this is a young man who's using a young woman for sexual activities. I mean, his name is Hunter Wood. Nonetheless, when he comes over, he lets Megan's mother use his mother's car. He's driving his mother's car. And for a couple months, Megan's mother has been using it. Angela with her boyfriend, William McLeod. Now, this is where it gets tricky. I can't confirm this, but somewhere around the time that Evelyn Boswell was reported missing, Angela and William McLeod left on the run. And they left on the run in Megan's boyfriend's parents' car. So he can give them permission to use the car, but he can't give them, he can tell them they can use the car, but legally he can't. It's not his car to do this to. So they're on the run. And the police put this out for everybody to look for this car. This car is important in the missing Evelyn Boswell case, probably because Megan starred Casey
Anthony's line
and told the police officer that her mother went on the run. So it's very important to me. I want to know. Megan told the police officers this, but they don't believe a lot of stuff that she says. Neither way, they're checking it out. Angela and William McLeod get caught at his grandmother's house in North Carolina. They get arrested for grand theft auto, nothing else. Then when they ask him anything about the case, he says he's willing to give DNA. He's only seen the baby twice. I think the last time was in November. He's really clueless to all of this. I'm having a hard time with any kind of motive for Angela Boswell to just randomly want to kill her granddaughter. But let's look at some motive for Megan. Doesn't appear that Mr. Wood likes any children at all. Not only this, but Mr. Woods actually told a story. He said that Megan, everything that's far-fetched, I want you guys to realize it always comes from Megan. Why didn't Megan's father tell the police that Angela told him, if you report Evelyn missing, then I'm going to be on the run? Why didn't Tommy do it if the direct contact was from Angela? Why was it Megan? You see what I'm saying? Like every Casey Anthony's lie seems to come from Megan. It's always firsthand. Anyway, Hunter Wood said that Megan told him the father of Evelyn broke her arm one day. Now, when I heard this, I stopped thinking and comparing to how she lies like Casey Anthony, and I started thinking about another case.
Tomorrow marks a somber anniversary in South Carolina. It's been 25 years since Susan Smith killed her two young sons by strapping them inside her car and rolling it into John D. Long Lake in Union County.
Now that night, she told police that a black man carjacked her and her vehicle with her sons still inside. As you heard, 3-year-old Michael and 1-year-old Alex. After 9 days, though, Susan Smith finally confessed, saying she did it herself.
And what we have here is motive. You're dating or liking a guy that doesn't care for your own child or want the child around. You're already putting different kind of alibi-ish stuff or giving other people like motives or whatever. Evelyn's father broke her arm. Evelyn's grandmother wanted to take her away. And then there's another story that Megan told the police officers that she didn't report her own daughter because she knew that someone had her daughter, that her mom had given her daughter to someone. And I want y'all to really think about this lie. We're talking about to her, let's pretend she's telling the truth. She's telling the truth that December the 26th, the day after Christmas, her mother took her daughter off to some other place where they have Evelyn, right? Okay, that's not illegal. That's not illegal. If they have Evelyn and they didn't kidnap Evelyn, and the mother hasn't asked for Evelyn back, they're just relaxing with Evelyn. So when on February 19th, when the Amber Alert comes, just occurs to me, this is the first story I'm doing where I actually remember getting that Amber Alert on my phone. That's crazy. When the Amber Alert comes and you got Evelyn in your custody, you're going to go, I'm going to call the police and tell them I got her. I haven't done anything. Her mom brought her over here and we've taken care of her. A mother is telling you guys that from December the 26th to February 19th with no plans in the future, what is your planning? What were you planning to do if this was real? Were you planning to let her just grow up and stay there together? You have so much love and you get in front of the cameras and you tell the police how you were looking and you're not going to stop fighting until you get your daughter back, but you knew where she was and you made no effort to try to go out there, drive out there, call out there. I mean, none of this stuff is making any kind of sense. It's Casey Anthony.
Casey Anthony's lying.
Yes, there are more lies. More lies. Only my opinion, but hey. So she contacts the news on the Facebook Messenger. One thing I forgot to tell you guys is that Evelyn Boswell told the police and everyone in an interview that she doesn't have a picture of her daughter in her phone. Okay. I don't believe that. I believe everybody got tons of pictures, but let's just say she doesn't. Who doesn't have a picture of their child in their phone, but they have Facebook? Who has a 15-month child and has a Facebook that doesn't have a picture on it? And you got Facebook on your phone. You use Facebook Messenger. So that's one Casey Anthony lie. And here comes another Casey Anthony lie, sandwich it right behind it. You tell the news that you're pregnant, and that's why you couldn't take the lie detector test. None of these things are thought out. This isn't planning at all. This is just, I'm shouting the first thing that comes to my mind. Because you don't think the news is going to go back and contact the police department? Like she said, she tried to take a lie detector test, and you guys wouldn't let her take a lie detector test. She told y'all that. That's exactly what she told us. She told us that you guys would not let her take a lie detector test. You got it recorded? Yeah, we got it recorded. So Megan goes down and gets questioned by the police department. She doesn't come back. She gets held and gets arrested for lying
Casey
and
Anthony's
involving
lying.
the disappearance of her daughter, lying to a police officer. They hold her on a small bond. Now, when the police is investigating something, they want their suspects locked in a place where they can't go. They have her mother arrested for grand theft auto. They have her arrested for lying to the police department, and they can't go anywhere. So that's great news for the police department. Then on February 28th, they look up under Megan's brother's trailer, and they start pulling out items. People say it looks like a pillow, a baby carriage, something to do that they think with the disappearance of Evelyn Boswell, right on the same property. They find the remains of a 15-month-old girl on March the 6th. Yeah, when I sit down and hit record, guys, I'm in a happy mood. You can see jokes and stuff come, but it's like when you, I don't know, I can't explain to you all, like just saying that out loud. They found the remains on March the 6th. It just, the remains, they find toys that belong to Evelyn Boswell. They find clothes that belong to Evelyn Boswell. And then a couple of days later, they confirm that this is in fact Evelyn Boswell. And Megan Boswell bond goes up to, I think, $125,000. Rightfully so. Why would Angela Boswell, Evelyn Boswell's grandmother, come see her grandbaby and take her life on Megan's property, since Megan lived with her father? Why would Tommy take her life and then report it to the police? He's upset. This is only my opinion. Go look at the professionals, look at the TBI, look at the police department, as I encourage you guys to do in every video that I make. Those are the people that you want to put your trust in. Don't put your trust in me. These are just my theory. But I am a parent. I have 4 children. I remember when each one of them were 15 months old. I remember how many photos I had, thousands and thousands. I remember cutting their umbilical cord. I remember all of them taking their first step. I think that Megan had no respect for her mom. She was the one that never got anything she wanted in life. You're on drugs, you get caught by the cops, you keep going in and out of jail. You're beneath. You're someone easy I can throw and I can put this on. But the funny thing is, for the reason she does not respect her mom, by not having everything together, not being organized, not planning, she's worse. Nothing in this was planned. It's all discombobulated, and whatever comes to her mind, she's coming out and saying it. That's why the police didn't even respect her to not tell us, the citizens of the United States, the people watching. They didn't care. They told us flat out, she's a liar. Her mom, at worst, stole a car. Through her unorganized, through her possible motive for wanting a man to like her, she's way worse than her mom. Look at her. She took her life. I don't even know her, and I'm crushed. But she did that. She stood there and she did that. This will be an ongoing case, an ongoing trial. We'll learn tons of new evidence, and I'm not one of those pig-headed guys who think he knows it all on the internet like some armchair detective guy sitting here. I am open to be wrong. I just want the truth to come out, and again, don't listen to me and take my word as fact. These are just my opinions based upon what I saw, just like all of you guys have your opinion. Just my little theory, and I guess we'll see as the trial goes along. Thank you guys for sitting here, going over my first Crimes with Crimes case. Put in the comment section what case you all would like for me to discuss next, and we're going to keep this thing going on a regular rotation. And as I always say, Don't kill. Make a sandwich.